Good morning. It's October 2023. My daughter Katrina died October 15th, 2021 of triple negative breast cancer. Um, this is the back of my shirt right here. This is the back of my shirt. And it's bringing awareness to the different types of breast cancer. And that women and men get cancer, breast cancer, and they can be in their 20s, they can be in their 30s. We actually read of one where she was 17, triple negative breast cancer, but my daughter was 34, October 15th, 2021, and she died of triple negative breast cancer. She had had the treatments, the chemo, the mastectomy, the radiation, but it went to her, it metastasized to her bones and then her liver and her lung. I can't say that treatment failed her. She needed more treatment. She should have had more. That's another thing for medical people. I don't think, I hate statistics and numbers, and that's what they do with people. This is something my daughter got me on one of her trips. And this is something else she got when she was in Guatemala, and she got me this, you know. Yes, my daughter Mia. I want to do that for her. I wish this thing worked, but we have to be aware and bring awareness to breast cancer. And rather than stage 4 breast cancer, we need, being a death sentence, we need to work on it being a disease that someone can live with medication and proper treatment. And that's what I want to stress too. There's a site called Metavibor, METAVIBOR.org, and they work on, they support research for different types of breast cancer, but also for those living with stage 4 breast cancer, that it's not a death sentence. It is a work towards the goal of making it a disease one can live with and hopefully live for decades and have a normal lifespan properly treated. That's a goal for Metavibor.org, and I strongly encourage you to check them out, go out and look, and be aware that breast cancer can hit anyone at any age. And unfortunately, those who are under 40 are caught later term rather than stage 1 or stage 2. And it needs to change. You can be the change. You can advocate. You can speak up. You can yell. You can scream. Anybody that you can get to listen, I implore you to do that. Not only for those who have passed, like my daughter, there are a lot of those of us who have lost our children, our adult children, to breast cancer. There are other types of breast cancer, but October is Breast Cancer Month. And that's what I'm focusing on. And I'm also aware that there are other types of cancers that are affecting those in their 20s and those in their 30s. And these are our daughters, people, some sons. These are our daughters with children or without children. These are our nieces, nephews, sons, young parents. These are young parents. And where do we insist that they not be consigned to death? Because the medical and the insurance companies neglected them. because they were not in the proper age to be checked on a regular basis, or to be believed that they are having a problem that is serious. We have to stop. I'm still, my daughter died in 2021. I'm still new at all this. I'm not a professional with these things, and I'm in a place where I wish I was not. I don't wish this on anyone. I don't want this for anyone. And I want it to stop. I want another daughter to survive. A person's daughter. I only had one daughter, and I miss her and always will. But I have to speak out for my daughter, and in the hopes that another daughter is not lost. Someone else doesn't lose their daughter to this horrific disease and mistreatment of this of neglect because of a person's age. I really don't like that, and we need to demand treatment and attention, and we need to put out what is happening, and we want it to stop. And be aware, breast cancer, yes, you may feel a lump, but there are other things that can be breast cancer, and you not be aware of it. And you need to learn and to teach yourself the differences. My daughter had a pet cat, and I've spoken about this before, but her cat would knead or make biscuits on her right breast, and at first we thought it was funny, then it became painful. She would push it away, and she was camping and doing different things, and she thought that it was her moving around, and it wasn't. It was the cancer that was growing. By the time we knew what it was advanced, and she had the chemo and the mastectomy, the radiation, like I said, but it still moved on. And there was something that could have been given, and she didn't give it. She didn't get it. And I contacted NIH, and they were the ones who said she needs this. And unfortunately, her doctor and those that were working with her failed to do that in time. And I do resent that. You know, when you're a parent and you lose a child, you're going to be having all types of emotions. And I do resent that my daughter was put down to a number, to a statistics. I even had a doctor that came in and said, well, statistically speaking, she's not going to survive even if we do this treatment. Well, how do you know? And yet there are others who have survived, but they didn't offer it to her. There were two young doctors around my daughter's age, 34, who were wanting to treat her, and they were just suddenly gone, and they weren't around anymore. So we had the doctors in their 40s or 50s or 60s, and I'm resentful. I always will be, that she was mistreated in such a way. When she was in the hospital, though, the nursing staff and that cancer part of the hospital, they were excellent. They were above board. I was really surprised, even through all of this with what's been going on with the pandemic and the crisis that everybody feels under. They really treated my daughter with a lot of dignity and a lot of respect and a lot of sorrow. And with us and her family, they treated us with respect. But the doctors, in trying to treat my daughter, they couldn't come to an agreement. It was as if there were too many hands in the pot. And two doctors that wanted to treat my daughter aggressively. My daughter welcomed it and wanted it. They were gone. So I don't like that, you know. And insurance companies are in on it too. I know it's for profit, and people have to make People have to think about investors and all these other things, but we're dealing with the life of a person who was viable. Maybe I'm using the wrong words, but our children, even as adults, they deserve that treatment. They deserve to be recognized and heard. So, October, Breast Cancer Month. Be aware of the different types of breast cancer. Fight so that your child is not just a picture on a cup. Fight and insist so that your child doesn't wind up just being in a book of memories. This type of thing. Fight so that your child just isn't a face on a pillow or something on blankets for a memorial. As parents, we want our children to live. We'd rather be in place, go in place of our children. So anyway, add to this message. Pass it on. Pass it on. Breast cancer awareness of the different forms. And again, you can pause this, but the different types. There are pills for these types of breast cancer, except for triple negative breast cancer. Triple negative being that it's not ATR2 positive, estrogen or progesterone, so it's triple. And there are no pills yet for it. But there is a treatment that could have, maybe it would have extended my daughter's life. Maybe she'd still be here, I don't know. But like I said, NIH said she needed it, and her doctor, famous HMO, pushed it out. When they finally agreed, they pushed it out. And the hospital where she was staying at, they couldn't even agree. But be that as it may, I don't want someone else dying from it. So speak. If you've lost a loved one to breast cancer, especially your child, tell about it. Speak out to it. And if you are a survivor, I applaud you. I'm thankful that you are still here and still fighting. And yes, speak and tell your story. We have to. Hopefully something will get done. Thank you.